And welcome to this week's Energy Forecast Tarot card reading for you personally for the week of, I didn't even double check, August 24th to the 30th. All right, so in just a second, I have three separate piles here. I'm going to show you the cards, and you're going to pick which pile of cards you would like, what you're feeling drawn to. But before we get into that real quick, I decided I'm going to start doing something a little new, which is pulling one card that is just the overall energy for the entire collective. And then these three separate piles will be for you personally. Because as we know, I mean, not everybody is going through the exact same thing at the exact same time. But there usually is every week. I mean, periodically, constantly, the energies are shifting. But there usually is kind of like a theme that tends to like weave through the collective's lives. And so we'll go into that in a second. I did not do a video last week because I was on vacation with my family. It was just my family. We took all the, necessary distancing precautions, wore masks when we stopped at a gas station on the way down. But we were in Florida and we stayed at a house, just us, and the beach was not crowded. It was like, it's Cape San Blas. I don't know if you know where that is, or Blas. I don't know how you say it. But we pretty much had, we didn't have the beach to ourselves, but it was definitely not a crowded beach, which I like. I don't like the touristy stuff. Anyway, but now that I'm back from the beach and feeling refreshed, it's like autumn vibes, right, everybody? I mean, technically for me, like, I feel like August 1st is when Halloween truly begins. Halloween is year-round in my heart. I don't know about you. But so this week I'm taking out my fall-inspired decks, and that's what we're going to be working with. For me, fall/Halloween goes from like August 1st until Thanksgiving in November. So there we go. All right. So the overall energy for this week, what is that like little energetic thread that's going to be weaving through everybody's lives this week? And we have Union. This is from the Vintage Wisdom Oracle deck. I love this deck. Hear that thunder? Nice. Ooh, I just got goosebumps. Okay. So we have Union, and I'm not surprised with this card. I actually just posted, I'm going to start doing daily card pulls on Instagram and TikTok, and so I posted today's, and it was the 10 of Swords, and the message with that was, like, are you feeling scattered? Do you feel like you have just your energy everywhere, parts of you over here and over here? Now this week is, it's really important to pull all those energetic things of yours and pull them back in, reclaim what is yours. Union, have that divine union with yourself by pulling in, reining in your energy, trying to see maybe where you have things going on over here and things going on over here. Where can you kind of call that back in? And I know we're not all able to just like cancel plans or responsibilities and the things that maybe are making us feel scattered. But you can call back your energy. You can ground your energy. You can strengthen your aura so your energy doesn't become depleted so quickly, so you don't take on other people's energy so quickly. So that's really what the message is this week. How can you unify your personal energy? And self-promotion here. August 28th, which is Friday, I'm doing a group spell, and it is specifically for helping you ground your energy and strengthen your aura. You can find that at my website under tarot and spell work. But I perform the spell for you. You just receive the benefits. But anyway, so whether you get the group spell or not, try to find ways this week that you can ground your energy, that you can maybe do some cord cutting, call back parts of your energy that you need to call back. So that is for everybody across the board this week. All right, now let's get into. So choose whichever pile you are first drawn to. Don't overthink it. You might be drawn to more than one. That's perfectly fine as well. All right, before I lower it down, let's do a deep breath in and out. Nice. Okay. So, pile 1, pile 2, pile 3. 1, 2, 3. Okie dokie. All right, so pile 1. we have, so I'm using the Vintage Wisdom Oracle, the Zombie Tarot, and the Memento Mori Oracle. All right. Oh, God. All right. So we have Surrender. We have the Hermit. And we have Amputation Saw. I love this because this goes kind of with what I was just talking about. So if you chose pile 1, really the cord cutting that I just mentioned is going to be good for you. Also, like, where can you set some boundaries, like cut things off? I know so often we feel like we have to do so many things, but maybe there's a responsibility or something that you could ask somebody else that they could take care of this week. Maybe you're signing up. I know a lot of parents, their kids are going back to school, mine as well, on Monday. And so with that comes a lot of like parent sign up things. I don't know how that's going to work right now with all the social distancing, but still, adding on to already your busy life, we now have a lot of kids are going to school online full-time, part-time, whatever. There's a lot of responsibilities. Where can you cut off some of those responsibilities, or where can you say no? Maybe you have a friend and we feel bad telling a friend no, but maybe you have a friend that is asking you to do something and you're just feeling way too depleted. Like, where can you cut off that energy? And that doesn't mean that you're like being a jerk when you're cutting off energy and energetic ties. You need to have your own energy. I feel like we talked about this the last time I did these readings a couple weeks ago, of like, it's okay to call back your own energy. But so this week, really, like, what is really weighing on you that you need to cut off? This could be actual like plans or tasks that you have to do, but this could also just be an energy that you're holding on to. I know, speaking again of kids going back to school and parents feeling frustrated, not just with that, but even with your jobs, everything is so different right now. And it's very frustrating, and it's easy for us to focus on what we can't control rather than what we can control. So for you this week, really, like, cut off the things that are making you feel powerless, the things that are making you feel not in control of your life. Cut those off right now, because all it is just dead weight for you. When we do cut off things, like whether it's something that we like are ready to cut off, maybe it's something we're not ready to cut off, there can be a moment of feeling guilty, feeling like almost not knowing what to do. But it's important for you to surrender to these energies. Surrender. Okay, and I'm also hearing like this relates to what I just said about focusing on what you can control versus what you cannot control. Surrender to the flow of life. Surrender, and this isn't to say like, just turn over and take whatever, the world gives you. But there are some things that we can control and there are some things that we cannot. So just kind of surrender to the flow. Surrender to the release, the release of what you cannot control. Because you can focus on that all the live long day. Like for me right now, my kids have to go to school at least until the end of October, full-time online. I am not excited about that at all whatsoever. But I can either focus on that, like, man, this sucks, oh, this is all terrible, or I can surrender to, okay, this is happening. Whether, no matter how pissed off about it or irritated or overwhelmed I get, this is happening. The kids are going to be at home, full-time online schooling, at least until October. I can surrender to that. Okay, so now that I'm surrendering to that, what can I do to make this more peaceful, more serene? What can I do with that? So for you, cut things off that need to be cut off. Don't focus on what you cannot control. Focus on the parts of your life where you can surrender, and then come up with a game plan of how can you make that even more of a peaceful flow, a peaceful transition. Yeah. And then we have the Hermit. And the message here is, it's twofold. It's know when you need to say no, like we were already saying, like know when you need to set boundaries, energetic boundaries, and cut things off and take that me time, lay there eating the chocolates and reading a book or a magazine or whatever. And the problems of life can just happen behind you and you don't need to worry about it. Know when it's okay for you to take those times, like you're allowed to say no, you're allowed to have these moments of just kind of, I don't want to say ignoring your responsibilities, but kind of, it's okay for you to have those moments, but then also make sure that you're not avoiding the things that need to be addressed just to avoid them because you don't want to. It's important that we allow ourselves some rest and recuperation when we need it, but then it's also important to know when we are just avoiding the things that need to be done. And possibly the things that you're avoiding are the very things that you're needing to like be cutting out of your life, or cutting out at least in some form or fashion. Okay, so that was pile 1. Alrighty, pile 2. Oh, peace. Peace, the Fool, and Ladder. Okay. So if you chose pile 2, you may be finding yourself striving to reach a new goal, striving to reach new heights, trying to reach a new destination in your life, in your personal life. And I don't know why the feeling of business is coming through, career, job, school, something like that, some sort of establishment like that, like job, career, school. You're trying to get to like a new level of it. You're trying to get to a new position. And you may be a little nervous to do that because to do that, you have to just kind of be the fool here and you just have to kind of go for it. We can so often, when we have our eye on the prize, especially if it's something that's like way up here, we can kind of talk ourselves out of it sometimes because it's like, oh, well, I don't know. How am I going to do this? Can I do this? Is it worth it? Should I? Blah, blah, blah. You do all this like back and forth. Am I prepared? It doesn't matter if you're prepared. If you have your eye on a goal and you have like a destination that you want to reach, go for it. Just take that first initial step. Nobody like just starts out on a goal knowing exactly how it's going to look, exactly how it's going to work. You may have like an idea, you may have a game plan in mind, you may kind of know your next steps, but nobody knows exactly how it's going to go. Nobody starts out as an expert, basically. I mean, not really. There are, I guess, like kids who are born out of the womb knowing how to play the piano like a master. But that's whatever. I digress. Most of us don't start out as an expert. You have to start out as this full energy of this, like, well, I don't know what the hell I'm doing, but I know I want to do it. And I know I'm just going to put one foot in front of the other and go for it. So for you this week, go for it. Whatever it is that you're wanting to achieve that you feel is like, I don't want to say above you, but yeah, it kind of feels like you think that maybe this goal or this thing that you want to achieve is almost above you. Like literally it's above you as far as a position at work, maybe. Or like above your skill level, you may be thinking, but stop that. Stop that. Put one foot in front of the other. Take the skills you have, the experience you do have, make it work, and achieve that next step, that next status, that next thing that you're wanting to achieve. And when you do that, you will find some peace this week. You will find it's. I love how all the cards usually build off of each other because this is really kind of relating to this card, the surrender card. When you surrender to the idea that you don't have it all figured out, and that's okay, but you're going to go for it anyway. As soon as you surrender to that, you're going to find a new level of peace within you. Because when we're going against, like when we want to do something and then we're talking ourselves out of it, when it's something that we know that we want and that we can achieve, but then we're talking ourselves out of it, there's conflict there. And when we finally like surrender and accept, okay, I'm going to go for this. I'm not going to listen to the naysaying voices in my head. I'm going to go for it. You then find that inner peace. So go for what it is that you are wanting to go for. You got this. You'll figure it out on the way. You know, maybe it's you're wanting to start like a new website or shop and you're like, well, I don't know. I don't have my own website. I have to use Etsy. I still use Etsy. It's fine. You don't have to have it all figured out. Just start and you'll find that inner peace with it. Alrighty, and finally, we have pile 3, Sanctuary, 10 of Cups, and Tear Catcher. Again, I feel like this relates to the what do you need to cut off, what do you need to release, what do you need to not have a hold on you anymore. where can you call your power back from? Where can you call in your energy and reel that back in? And I feel like for you, this is going to relate to your home life, your family life. Something, and this doesn't necessarily have to mean like actual family. It could be a significant other that you consider or considered family. This could be a close friend that you consider or considered family. This could actually be a family member or a family dynamic. But now is your time to call your power back from that. Whatever it is with this family dynamic, this close relationship energy that is making you feel sad. You've shed enough tears on it, is what I'm hearing. You've shed enough tears. You've shed enough sadness. It's served its purpose. And now it's time for you to move forward with that. Find your inner peace. Find your inner sanctuary. It sucks to have to let people go. It sucks to have to let things and memories go, even if it's a memory or a thing that like didn't make us feel good. It's still part of us. I feel like, am I having deja vu, or did we talk about this recently? Yeah, like it's hard because it's a part of us. Even if it's an unpleasant thing, it's still a part of us. But it's okay to release that, is what I'm hearing. It's okay to release it, release it, release it, release it, and find that inner peace, find that inner sanctuary. Because you're deserving of this beautiful, happy, living in the sunshine, soaking up the rays energy. You are worthy of that, and you can find this inner peace within your inner sanctuary, within your inner self. I'm hearing stop looking outside of yourself for this this sanctuary, this inner peace, and this joy, and this fulfillment, this completion. Stop looking outside of yourself for that. You're not going to find this complete feeling energy with someone else or with a outside circumstance or whatever. You need to look within yourself, and it's okay to cry. Shed those tears. Tears and crying are a way of releasing and cleansing. I mean, our tears are salty like the ocean. The ocean is so cleansing and purifying. So are our tears. So let yourself cry. Stop bottling up your tears right now. I'm looking at you, talking to you. Stop bottling up your tears. Let them flow. Because you deserve your happiness, and you're only going to find your true happiness from within. So go within your little inner sanctuary, your heart space, and know that you are worth your happiness. Alrighty. Well, that is that. And yeah, let me know. I love in the comments, like, if this resonated with you, how you feel about it, what have you. Share this on your social media, and I'll talk to all of you wonderful people later. Bye.